Nice little clap. When you edit the podcast, get ready for a lot of revenge of...
Clap. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be...
No, show me what you're going to do.
I'm going to be...
Right now, so...
Clapping so much, it's going to be like a rap video with butt cheeks.
All right. Well.
Hey, welcome to the Squad Goals Podcast, episode
41.
41. We didn't have an episode last week again because of technical difficulties, so should have been our big 42 blowout, but no.
The big 42 blowout might be even bigger.
It might be bigger. It might be badder.
If things go to according to plan, it might be the biggest one.
Hey, at the 42 episode blowout, the only thing looser than our morals is gonna be the women.
There would be no woman.
You guys invited my ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh. So I was talking about something and then I stopped myself because I've had this question and I'm more trying to figure it out for like legal purposes.
Oh no. I don't think.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah,
Anal.
me and Taylor are equipped.
I'm trying to think of how to like phrase this in a way because one, it does not apply to me. Everything I'm about to say does not apply to me in any shape, form, or way.
Get ahead of the story. Yeah, go ahead.
It's more so I'm just curious about a topic, and that topic being if I had a nude photo of myself, right, before I was of the age of 18, could I send that to people and then put them in jail for a very long time?
No, because you're distributing child pornography.
Yeah,
But he's in possession of, like, the dealer would go to jail for drugs, but so is the person buying the drugs.
But you also have to make it seem like they wanted it. You can't just be like, send it, and then they're like, oh shit, what is this? But you got the police at their door. It's not like the TV shows where the police are just like, you're going to jail. Like,
or
a naked picture
like, you want this?
Or I put a flash drive, like throw it in someone's house, and then I call an anonymous tip saying, hey, he has pornography. Then when they do a search warrant, they have the flash drive and they go, ha ha. And then
they look at you and they're like, you kind of look like this little kid.
Well, my argument, and I'm not saying a picture of me like as a child. I'm talking like maybe 17, like day before my 18th birthday.
A little specific here, but okay.
But, you have these? Are you planning on sending it out of the time?
I knew I was turning 18 and I'm like, let me have some insurance just in case.
Keep a couple of these in the safe, you know.
No,
Uncle Todd's been acting a little funny lately.
I've always been curious, and I came up with this topic because you guys were talking about.
What?
Might be going to jail. I'm gonna bleep that.
This is back when I was still watching the Disney.
I'm gonna bleep that whole thing.
I literally watched them make the Disney logo, and then I went and made my own Disney logo.
Yeah. Anyway, I was more curious, like, what, like, is there a point where, like, when does child pornography just become pornography?
After you're 18. There's a whole thing. It's called, like, barely legal.
But then that's my argument is, so if you have a picture of yourself, is that could you go to jail for having a picture of yourself being under the age of 18?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
because they go after people like if you're 17 and you're sending it to other people who are like 17. Not only are they getting in trouble for having it, but you're getting in trouble for sending it, distributing as well.
I'm saying, I'm getting so defensive on this, but
I think you have like a little profile.
So like, let's say
a secret folder.
Yeah.
FBI raids my house for whatever reason, like for name a reason, and it's probably
I've done it all. Just pick a reason.
So they come knocking on the door. Hey, search warrant. Okay. Hey, officer, agent, like Lewis, like okay, I know the drill. Do your thing. And they look at the they look at my hard drive and they go, hey, here's a picture of you 16 years old. We're adding a chart. Like, is that...
How do they know you're 16? It's not like you're holding up a sign, like a
Are you holding
newspaper. Like, that's to date it. Yeah. Like some officer in the back is doing the math. Like, wait a minute. He would have only been 16.
Like they're in the back and they see like a little ticker go through Michael Jackson performing. They're like, Michael Jackson's been dead for years. Like, no, they're not. They're not timing it.
Maybe the picture is him planking, so they're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Nobody planks anymore. What year was this? Was Lil Wayne still hot?
I see a Lil Wayne album in the back.
Carter 3? Yeah, you're
I just thought about it because I'm like, this is something that's highly illegal that, like, if you're in possession of it, you could go to jail for years, but it's something that you can easily make yourself of yourself. I'm putting a lot of asterisks on everything I'm about to say. So it's like, could you have this potential, like, go straight to jail, like you're playing Monopoly? Like,
I feel like how the jury must have felt whenever they were prosecuting OJ after he did the If I Did It book. Like, everything you're telling me right now, I feel like is real life stuff. I feel like you got these pictures, you're trying to figure out whether or not you can display them and use them to bring down somebody. Who are you trying to bring down?
I feel like they would do a little bit more investigation. Other than just, he's got the pictures, guilty, put him away, boys.
Yeah, they're gonna be to see like.
If they don't, then the dude's lawyers definitely would.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, hey, send me the pics. Like,
yeah, winky face, you up?
Cops
what
can't
you
just
doing?
like throw bags of cocaine at people. Be like, you got coke, you got to go to jail. Like, you have to say you want the coke. They can't.
Like the little, shotgun baggies, just baggies of coke they're shooting at people.
But in your argument...
they do that, but they can't do that.
In your argument, you get pulled over, cop sees a bag of coke in the front seat, you're going to jail. It doesn't matter, well, did you get that coke? How did you get that coke? Did someone put that coke? No, you have it's possession. The having it in your home is the crime.
If you're driving around in a car with a printed out picture of your nude, just sitting... hitting like a baggie of cocaine, I'm thinking they're doing some illegal shit with it too.
Yeah, I don't think the first question they're gonna be is how old are you in that picture?
They're like, why are you riding around with this? Because then even if they do figure out like, okay, you're 17, why are you riding around with it?
Well,
why? Give me a good reason.
Yeah, now you're just distributing it.
I like the way I looked this day. I always look back at this day.
I was going to get Kinko's, make some copies of this picture.
Just for motivation. I'm starting my new diet next week.
Well, like, now, to, like, add to it, because this is a multifaceted question I have, can you consent to releasing that picture being over 18?
No.
I do not believe so.
You have to be over 18 in that picture.
But
it's me.
Child, like, nudity is all right in art. Have you noticed that? Like, there will be some photographers that will take pictures of, like, babies and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah,
there's like a loophole,
a
something
diaper
for like
commercial has like a little baby bottom on it.
But it not just that, but there's something in there that if it's used in like art, like artistically, I don't remember exactly what it is. Like they like kind of like look the other way. It's like this weird gray area to me.
The loophole.
That's what the guy told Taylor when he was younger. He's like, I mean, it's not illegal. I'm just making art.
We're doing it for art, man.
So just put this in your mouth and.
Say, baby.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna look at. I don't want to Google when is child pornography okay.
When is it all?
When is it acceptable?
Hey, if you're at home, you should look it up and let us know in the comments down below when and where child pornography is allowed.
Or if you have any of those 17-year-old pictures, send them to AJ because he's.
This whole thing has to be cut.
It's just a Google image of Steve Henson looking at you whenever you try to look it up.
I'm ready for Steve Hansen to walk in like, well, what do we have here?
Rich walks him in to show him around. He has a plate of cookies.
He's like,
he sits at the table. He's like, you can leave.
You can leave if you want. But
Taylor's like, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
He's like, you can leave. Yeah. No one stopped.
No one told you in here. I was just more. I don't know. You know what creeped me out though?
Yeah.
All the time was that sunscreen logo, the sun lotion logo
With
of
the dog pulling the bathing
the
suit
dog
down.
pulling the bathing suit of a little girl. Like,
not
why is
Banana
that?
Boat.
What's that? That's weird. You see her little bottom.
It's her having a good. Isn't it cartoon though?
Yeah, but that's still weird. Like, who
It's all right if it's cartooned.
is it?
You don't think?
It's not all right if it's cartoon, but I'm saying advertisement wise, I would be like, all right, it's not like if it was a picture of me, I wouldn't be like I see myself. I'd be like that just looks like any generic white girl. I would just put that in my head if I thought
But like,
people
who
being creepy
came
with it.
who came up with that idea? Because it's like, when have you ever been on the beach and like some dog jumped up and started ripping your bathing suit off to show your bottom?
Maybe
and it's
it was
like,
spontaneous.
who came up with that? He's like,
Maybe she had. Some
Maybe it
dog
was like
treats.
a tan line angle from the company. They were like, oh well, we need to find a way to add tan lines to
Yeah.
because our sunscreen works so good, but you still get that tan.
Yeah.
I just wish I could be in the room of that pitch. Like,
Look. Puppies?
It's just
Baby bottoms. Look, we're gonna sell.
all right, Creepy Joe. What do you got for us today? Well, I was thinking, what if we put a little dog? And they're like, okay, yeah, dog.
okay,
Yeah,
dog.
the animal works. Yeah, yeah. But he's pulling down the bathing suit of a very small child.
You want to see my sketches? Yeah. I've been working on a couple sketches.
Very detailed.
he's like, I have some pictures, but it's okay. She's 18 now, so like, it counts. It counts.
No, this is artwork, so it's
art.
completely legal.
Look, we're just gonna take his idea and we're gonna fire him after this. Creepy Joe.
Creepy Joe needs to go.
he's taking it to a whole nother level. All right.
Yeah.
Like,
I like this idea though. We're gonna do this.
why has that not been a bigger issue? That logo, like, why?
I don't know. Maybe it's next on the agenda of like things that we bring up. Like, hey, remember this thing? Why were we okay with this?
Yeah, like we
And
just
then
did. Baby, it's cold outside.
Then that
and
company needs to like release an apology.
How come Donald Duck still doesn't have pants? Are we gonna fix that eventually?
I don't know.
Why is Goofy allowed to walk around with clothes, but Pluto is a dog?
I don't get that either.
I
What
know we
happened?
talked about this, but did we ever come up with like a definitive answer for like why is it okay that like, or why is Goofy okay that his best friend owns a dog when he himself
Well,
is a dog?
is it dogs are like pets, like in the Mickey Mouse Disney universe, the canon, the canon of the Disneyverse? Dogs are dogs like they are in our world, but maybe Goofy is just like a really smart dog. Like he's like Brian in Family Guy. Like
Oh, wait, aren't
Brian is a really smart dog and he can talk and he can hang out and drive a car, but they're still regular dogs that are dogs, and
Well,
it might be like that.
What was his neighbor like in the
I
Goofy movie?
don't know
Isn't
why
he
that
a
was
dog
on.
too?
Pete?
Pete, isn't he a dog?
Yeah.
Maybe there's just smart.
And then in the Goofy movie, they were all dogs at the high school.
They're all dogs. But
Why is the Disney school segregated?
Maybe-
why is Pluto yellow? Everybody else is black.
maybe Pluto's special.
Does he have a disease? And now
Pluto, maybe Mickey
Pluto's-
adopted
it's a
Pluto.
Make-A-Wish?
Pluto is the handicapped dog, and maybe Mickey's just not the best caregiver.
Yeah, because he keeps him in a doghouse.
Like, you know in
Doghouse.
in
He's
the
treated
movie,
just like a dog.
Goofy's like sitting inside, like eating, and Pluto's sitting outside in the rain.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think Goofy just looks
Yeah.
at him like,
in like the movies, which for some reason this is a thing in many movies that I don't know if this ever happens in real life, that there is a deformed like child that the family has, and they like keep him locked up in the attic, like
Yeah.
chained up. Maybe that's like Pluto. Maybe
that-
he's like the deformed thing that Mickey. He's not that cruel that he keeps it in the
is
attic,
that
but
what
he's
that
like,
big bump on his head is from?
Ooh.
Maybe.
What
that
if
has
it's
something to
like
do with
a
it.
Get Out situation, and Mickey is,
He's the grandpa.
yeah,
spoiler.
He's the grandpa mouse.
yeah, and Goofy is just one of the family friends that is paid. Maybe that's where Mickey gets all his money.
That's why they have the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's where they go in to make their donations, and they have the little club meetings.
What
Yo,
about the House of Mouse?
It's a cult.
You guys remember the House of Mouse?
Yeah.
I like the House of Mouse.
Good review.
I like it a lot.
I might release that as a separate clip, the House of Mouse review, and it's just, I like the House of Mouse.
I like
Since, sorry to get away a little bit, but since we're talking about dogs, have you noticed how people with dogs are getting more and more bold at like restaurants and
Oh
bars?
yeah, they're gonna ruin it for everyone.
Yeah,
like-
they're bringing dogs everywhere, bro.
Dogs are
Excited.
slowly invading everywhere. And even last night, we were at a bar and somebody brought a hedgehog with them. Like, where do you draw the line of like, okay, like,
Yeah, like, I think if I think of pet and I don't think of your animal, don't bring it.
okay.
If I'm like, pet, if you bring a hamster, I'm gonna be like, that's weird, but alright, I've seen hamsters as pets. You bring a hedgehog, I'm like, alright, where's
Weird
the gold,
flex, but
where's
okay.
Where's the gold rings,
know?
Dr. Eggman?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, did y'all see the TSA had to stop this one lady
The
because she
peacock.
tried to bring a peacock?
For emotional support peacock.
Emotional support
peacock.
One, where do you get a peacock?
Where do you peacock.com?
like, where am I getting a
find
peacock?
something totally
Where are you
different.
getting a specially trained peacock?
It
too?
wasn't.
Well, that's
know.
the thing.
How do you test it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the biggest loophole is I just go online, sign a certificate, or put my email address in a website, and they go, here, print a certificate, you have an emotional support animal. There's no training, there's nothing, and they're like, pay $20 for the vest if you want. It's like an ordained minister, which I am, but
Do you have to pay tickets for your pet? If they,
no. And if you have an emotional support animal, you don't have to pay a pet fee at apartments.
bro, so check this out.
And they're not allowed to ask.
Humans or animals, you make one of your friends your pet, your service pet.
This is kind of a dark spot in the American history that we're gonna be going towards here.
No, not really. You just say he's your emotional pet.
I think we passed an amendment about this.
You use the loophole in order to not have to pay for your friend to go places.
He's not my slave, he's my pet.
He's
my
not
pet.
my
He's my
slave.
emotional pet. I need him or else I feel lonely. I feel dark and depressed if he's not sitting here next to me playing Switch. If he's not right here, I
it's
instantly
fine.
crumble.
Why should I have my pets taken from me?
Yeah.
I treat him well. He's playing Switch.
Yeah. Look at him. He's happy. And then your friend just look at him.
Look at him.
Start scratching his belly. He's having fun.
Have you seen the video of the guy who snuck into a theme park in a stroller?
Yes.
He's like a fully grown guy, and they like built a stroller that he could like fit in, and they like had his like face like the body of a baby doll and his face sticking out, and they pushed him through.
Yo, we should do that.
He got
We really
out.
should.
They got away with it, and then
Just all three of us, one of us carrying the other one in, and then we just push it in. We could bring 6 people in.
And then I saw one video of people trying the stacking on top of each other in a trench coat. They were at the movies.
Oh, no.
Like one, please.
No, I'm too tall. Y'all be looking like fucking shit.
No, they were all fully grown people. So they were like so tall.
Did it work?
I don't remember. I think it might have just been a picture, like a meme. But I hope, like, if I was a movie theater employee and I saw
I'd
that,
be
like,
like
what am
that.
I losing?
I like my job. This job.
Like, unless it's assigned seats, because assigned seats, okay, I understand. Like,
What if they tried to sit in the movie like that? I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't
Sit right in front of you.
You're sitting there like, yo, down in front, Yao Ming. Like, who the fuck is this? And then you try to turn the trench coat. It's the space monsters from Space Jam.
Stealing the powers
like,
from the
do you
fall.
ever see people wearing trench coats?
Yes, every once in a
Big
while.
But
gray
I
trench
leave.
coat?
Yeah.
I don't like trench coats. Trench coats are my trigger. If I see a trench coat, I leave. Nothing good has ever happened with a trench coat. Flashers wear trench coats.
That's true.
Bombers wear trench coats. People who put AK-47s in trench coats wear trench coats. I don't like trench coats. I've never... and I live in-
Detectives?
Detectives, yeah.
I live in Florida. There's no reason for you to wear a trench coat here.
Detectives
ever.
wear trench coats?
I don't trust detectives that wear trench coats. Because Sherlock Holmes, while he did solve a lot of cases, he was a terrible detective.
Whoa.
A lot more casualty and damage was done
Hot take alert.
Yeah, hot take.
than was needed.
What? Name an example.
I mean, I like the movie, but I mean, I'm just saying.
You're talking about the.
He did a very House way of solving cases, where it's like House solved your illness, but he put you through hell to get.
Is it lupus?
Yeah, like your kidneys failed, but he got your vision back. But like now you don't have an arm.
You don't.
Like
Sorry, we tried 18 different treatments for the wrong thing, but we finally got it. Also, here's the bill for those 18 treatments.
It's just House at the end is
Hope you
like,
have
but
insurance.
did you die? But did you die?
But did you
I
die?
never watched an episode of House.
What?
Maybe an episode, but I never really watched it.
I love House. I mean,
Every episode kind of has the same kind of storyline.
Like, you know what House is.
Guy comes
but you
in,
still like it.
mysterious illness. We don't know what's going on. We track it down. It's not the first thing we thought. New treatment. Not the second thing we tried, and then boom, randomly reading a book or some drama goes on, and while
it's a little
looking
small
for it.
thing that they showed you in the beginning that you gotta like piece together.
You guys
like
craft
House,
the House story.
Yeah.
like House does. House is like, was she wearing a pink shirt that day? Oh no, this pink shirt company, they've been using asbestos in their fabric. And that's why she has osteoporosis of the throat. And you're like, what?
Does
You're like, huh? But you're like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Does anyone watch The Good Doctor?
No.
No.
I kind of want to because I'm trying. I'm trying to do this.
I feel like it's House, but with a nicer guy.
Yeah. The Good Doctor.
I feel like they're smoothing out House.
But I feel like who came up with that idea for a show? You know what it's about, right?
No.
It's a kid that has with cerebral palsy.
No, he has autism. He's an autistic doctor.
Yeah.
And like I always picture the show as like he comes in. I feel like I
Don't
go down this road.
Don't do it.
I'll say it. We'll see if this gets cut. I always picture like I've never seen an episode, but I like to imagine like he walks in the room and he's like,
He's just a little awkward. He doesn't have the same social concepts as everybody else.
Have you ever actually like
Processes
gone through like when they're
information
like, oh, signs of autism, and then like you find like one or two things that you
fit
do,
you?
and
You're
you're like, am I autistic?
I've done that with every disease. Like well, there was a period in my life, and I still believe it, to be honest, where
Yeah, I thought you're autistic too.
I thought I had scurvy. I was.
What are you fucking fired?
I thought I had.
Goes to Gasparilla one time. That's
I have scurvy.
I thought I had. Well, because.
He gets to eat more fucking oranges. Fucking
Yeah, well, I was just getting really tired all the time. I was sluggish, and I was looking up like symptoms, and scurvy fit everything. And I started taking a multivitamin. I didn't eat more oranges or fruit, but I took a multivitamin, and I felt a lot better. And I think that's what it was. I think I might have had scurvy.
Or maybe-
I wasn't diagnosed. I self-diagnosed scurvy, but
fucking scurvy though. That's so fucking.
That sounds like something you would get off of like WebMD, where you're just like, oh, my things, I have scurvy. Like you self-diagnose, and
What the fuck?
you probably doesn't have enough electrolytes for like a week. And
no, hear me. Listen to these symptoms. I need the symptoms. 1 second. Tell me if this
It did say very rare on his
pain
very
areas in the muscles, whole body fatigue, loss of appetite, malaise, bleeding of the gums or tooth loss. I didn't have that.
rare. So you did. That's the major sign of scurvy.
Rashes and red spots.
Did you have that?
I might have.
No, that's another man. So literally, your body just ached and you felt tired. It's so far what we have checked.
I think I had scurvy. Real talk.
what if you had lupus?
So just because your body felt tired, you were like, I have scurvy.
Well, I just was so. Maybe it was depression.
I think that's all you had. That sounds like depression to me.
Those multivitamins are a good placebo, though. You know.
He was just like, you probably got the Fred Flintstone vitamins. You were like, oh, yabba dabba doo.
I ate all the Fred Flintstone ones except for the purple.
Yo,
Those ones were the worst.
me and my friend.
I like the purples. Those were my favorite.
Me and my friend, we were sitting playing
Orange.
PlayStation, and we were just eating the gummies for
Yeah.
no reason. Just eating
Yep.
because and then our heads started to hurt and our tummies ached, and
Yep.
then we realized that we were this close to death.
Yep. Me and my buddy did that too, because we're like, well, these gummies are good.
They're good. They were sour. I was like, yo, these shits are bomb.
They hit right.
And I'm like, and I'm getting my vitamins in. I'm like,
yeah, you think you're being healthy. My mom's going to love this.
My mom would be proud of me. Like, she didn't know she was about to have the saddest funeral ever.
Imagine if that's how you went out, like at the funeral.
Oh,
like
your son died. He ate too many Fred Flintstone sour vitamins.
I always said eat his vitamins, and he took it very literally.
I killed my son.
I shouldn't have told him that. I should have let him eat anything he wanted.
Oh, no. All he wanted was some now-and-laters, but
I just gave him Fred Flintstone gummies. Me and my buddy drank mouthwash because it was like the bubblegum flavored one when we were little. And we were like, this is good. And we were like doing shots out of the cap, you know? It was just like, oh, this is good. So that didn't turn out too good either. You feel pretty shitty after that surprise.
That's probably like the worst hangover, but your breath probably smells.
Oh yeah. It probably still smells good from that.
Yeah. Every once in a while I burp and like,
What do you think is the saddest way to go out? Like, what's the way that you're like, I don't care how I go out, but not this way? Like, sad / embarrassing. Like,
I was gonna say going to school with a kid who didn't get his vaccinations and getting fucking measles or yellow fever, some fucking 1880s fucking plague that shouldn't even be here anymore, scurvy. And fucking dying because some asshole thinks that it might give my kid autism.
Yeah, or the fucking measles. So
yeah. You know what's
your kid could be a
better?
doctor or have fucking measles. You fucking choose.
My favorite.
You fucking choose.
But like the worst part of that argument, it's like, if I give my kid a vaccination.
Even if it was what happened, but it's not, by the way.
And then you ask them, "Are you vaccinated?" Yeah. It's like, "Are you autistic?" No, but I'm special. No, yeah. I think you.
But they think it's like a 1 in 100 chance that your kid turns out autistic, which is not true. But even if it was true, a big caveat. Even if it was true that 1 out of 100 kids that get vaccinated get autism, you rather have a dead kid than an autistic child. Yeah. Like,
I'd rather you die of measles or some miserable, horrible death
that's easily preventable. Like, it's not like it's this, you got cancer or something. It's like, no, you can prevent that.
Thank you, Jenny McCarthy, you cunt.
Oh my
holy
God.
Shit. I wish, hey, little Angela, my daughter, I love you. I would give you everything, but not if you're autistic. Sorry, you would be dropped off at the nearest.
I was raised on Mickey Mouse. I see how they treat their autistic kids there. All right.
I'm gonna vaccinate my kid. Let me get the doghouse right.
You know what might help? It's a crazy idea. It's a little left field, but hear me out. You know those whenever you go onto a ride into the amusement park, they make you go through that little turnstile and it has the numbers? For the people who are like at 1 in 100, have the little number thing. After the 100th patient goes into the hospital, then you can bring your kid in. The numbers are in your favor. Get them vaccinated, get them back out. For those people who are, they're a little iffy about it.
Like, I'm just
or sit in the office and just count.
I don't understand how we've gone backwards in this war. Like, I don't, like, we have in our pocket every piece of knowledge ever created by man. It's in our pocket. We have the universe in our pocket on our phones, the internet, all this stuff. How have we hit the point where we just don't trust facts?
Yeah, it's because we have turned into, like, as a society, we believe celebrities more than we believe doctors. Like, remember when that stupid, was it Kylie Jenner did that stupid thing with the cup?
Yeah,
like,
and every girl was like sucking their
lip into a cup.
Didn't it really mess up their lips?
Yeah, and like you see kids eating Tide Pods and shit on.
I don't think did that ever happen. I've never seen a video of that ever taking place.
Yeah, but like. So, like, when fucking Jenny McCarthy was like, vaccinations turned my kid autistic. Here's a report that shows that it happened, which was wrong, by the way. And fucking everyone was like, oh, you know what? she's on TV. I should listen to her. I don't want autistic kids.
But like,
I'd rather have dead ones.
what
Yeah.
about the? And we've talked about this months ago on the podcast, probably like episode like 4, like really early on. But what's going on with like flat earthers, where
Yeah.
it's like, how have we hit the point that now we digress? We're like thinking like the 1400s again, and like
It's because like everybody has.
My offer still
opinion.
stands, by the way, on flat Earth.
Back in the day, it'd be a few people with opinions, and the flock, the mass majority, would be like, yeah, we'll do that. Now everybody has phones, they're able to get all this knowledge, formulate their own opinions, but a lot of them are still like, they're just arguing because they want to argue. They have their own opinion, they want to argue it just so they can argue. I don't even think a lot of the flat earthers believe it's flat earth. I think they just want to argue.
They just want to be
flat.
different.
I have heard them say, a few of them say, it's a metaphor for not taking things at face value and questioning everything and seeing it from
Well,
the other side. But it's like,
That's
yeah,
the dumbest way.
Yeah. If that's okay, I take that. I agree. Hey, maybe you should be a little skeptical about things. But if that's your like shining example of it, like,
Yeah.
pick a different
Yeah.
fact to be skeptical about. Then
My offer still stands. If you are a flat earther, I will give you $1 million if you can find the edge of the earth.
no,
Videotape it.
there's a theory that some flat earthers believe. It's called the it's like a Pac-Man effect, that if you go to the end, you come back to the other side.
Isn't that like a circle?
But no, it's flat, but you go through and it comes
Through like a dimension?
yeah, it's like Pac-Man.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Yeah, that's a real whoa.
Ooh.
It was an earthquake.
I mean, that is how it works. Yes, it's just, in a sphere when you
Yeah, it's
you
a circle.
come back.
It's called rotation.
But yeah, if you can find the edge of the earth,
I thought,
$1 million, all yours.
You can't go to the edge of the earth because the military is guarding it.
Yeah, that's
It's on the Arctic caps.
Oh yeah.
It's-
Okay.
If you get close to it,
there's
they
an
come.
Arctic shelf, like a wall, like Game of Thrones, like the ice wall all the way around the flat Earth.
And
so
the
you can't.
military is stationed all the way around there.
But once again, my biggest argument for it, besides fact, science, and photography, videos, everything,
And Bill Nye.
my biggest why is this a conspiracy that?
People are obsessed with
Yeah, why is the government trying to hide this from us? Like, what? Oh, the Earth's flat. Okay, cool.
yeah.
My life did not change for the better or worse. Like, unless it's a situation where, like, back in the day, they started this lie and then they were just in too deep, and
were
they're
in
like,
too deep.
we can't deny it. Like, at this point, like, we've kept this lie going for 400 years. We got to keep on going at this point. So, NASA, I'm gonna need you to start photoshopping some pictures, and let's get this bad boy going.
Let's get it going again.
Like, what if one day they just went, like, imagine if President Donald J. Trump on TV went, hey, I was an outsider. I was elected to office. I'm not like these Washington bureaucrats that are going to keep secrets from you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And he goes, the earth is flat. We've been denying that for you forever. One, would that be the most crazy thing he's ever said?
Wouldn't that be the biggest troll if he did that? Like, if it's not true, but on his last,
Yeah.
like, right before he got impeached, he was just like, the earth is flat. We did 9/11. And then he just walked away. He just like, all right,
Aliens are real.
aliens are real. Area 51. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
But, like, if it was true, if he said the earth's flat, one, would you care? And two, would it be the craziest thing he's ever said?
No, he said
No.
so many crazy things.
It would be no to both. But, like, yeah, if it was like, oh, the earth is flat, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't get any monetary value. Like, it's not like the elites trying to keep the flatness of the earth away from us, or like there's gold on the other side.
Yeah.
Like, there's no monetary reason to do it, which I feel like would be the only reason for this conspiracy, unless our little brains can't process what's on the other side of that flat earth.
What if it's another earth? What if we're just like two discs sitting on-
Conjoined?
Yeah.
What
on
if-
that ice cap? And if you go on the other side, that's where there is actual peace.
What if
And they don't want us.
It's like a yin yang. We're the crazy part, and they're the
Yeah, they
nice,
have the
tranquil.
peace, and they slowly bring in all the peaceful people.
It's
What if in that other world, vaccinations don't cause autism?
Yeah.
what if on the other side of the flat Earth, like I don't know why I keep on acting like there's another, but on the other, like past the edge is where Frodo went on that boat at the end of Lord of the Rings, which is the second time I've referenced that scene in Lord of the Rings in 2 days with Taylor.
Hey.
I got my quota, and I'm gonna try to keep on referencing Frodo going off the edge of the world.
Sneak that in there.
in
Like,
the end of Lord of the Rings.
so there's no reason for him to go. Just doesn't make sense.
I forgot how I used it yesterday, but I got it in there.
Hey.
But yeah, like what other crazy, like anti-vaxxers is a big thing right now. Flat earthers are a big thing. Like what's the next, is there something else that's out there that people are just like saying isn't true?
Yeah, moms everywhere telling you that if you take a shower during a thunderstorm, you're gonna die.
That is true. Like why is
I
that
heard
Yeah,
that so
why
often.
is that a thing?
I'm not even worried about
That's the biggest lie.
why, yeah, well, how does that benefit them? Like are they
No,
like,
it's not exactly. It's not.
it. I think it's just,
What's wrong with me taking a shower?
I think it's just paranoia. You know, you don't want to be the parent whose kid got electrocuted taking a shower during a thunderstorm because you didn't tell them.
to be honest, yeah, you might think,
Yeah.
you like, if they were told that as a kid, maybe they honestly believe it themselves. Like, yeah, what's, but it's like, I'm trying to think, like, what's the thing that, like, okay, we're going to ignore all facts. We're going to,
Yeah, just
I mean, besides,
old. Yeah.
Besides what?
Do you think
I'm going to believe it.
other
because I don't wanna offend
racists?
people.
Do you think other racists like the KKK, like David Duke, is getting angry because Trump says so much racist shit? They're like, hey, leave some of that for us.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of hogging the spotlight
Yo,
here,
man,
guy.
hold up, man.
Yeah.
I'm the face of this
Yeah.
organization.
Hey.
They made a movie with
Hey.
me, and
Yeah.
they put you in it, all right?
Yeah.
I'm upset now, okay?
David Duke went to this screening of Black Klansman, and he's like, okay, like, yeah, this movie's doing justice. I'm liking the things Topher Grace is saying. Like, okay, I'm on
Yeah.
board. And then it ends with, like, the clips of Trump, and it's like, yo, this is about me.
This is
Yeah.
about me.
Like, why are you taking my
like,
spotlight?
my spotlight.
Have you
This is-
seen David Duke? He's jacked. He's been out here just doing racist curls. He's been getting ready.
you know how many crosses he had to carry? And, like,
Black Klansman came out. He's like, I gotta look ready. Red
Yeah.
carpet is about to
do you think he was invited to that premiere?
Would you have
invite-
invited him? Yeah.
Sit him
Because it was a
sit him-
Spike. It was a Spike Lee
Yeah,
movie,
sit him
right?
next to
Yeah,
all
that
the-
would have been perfect for him.
Sit him next to all the black people.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Hey,
Sit him
man,
right next to Spike Lee.
good job."
Hey man, do the right thing.
Yeah.
So he just goes to Spike Lee, like, you did a really good job with that movie.
I don't like how you made me look like an idiot because I definitely knew the difference between the black guy and the white guy.
Yeah.
I was just playing with them. I was playing their game. All right,
Yeah.
they didn't beat me. I was just.
I was playing 4D chess.
Yeah.
I knew, like, I was doing some big maneuver. I was trying to get them, infiltrate them, like, you know.
What you didn't know is I was planning for this premiere. Actually, I wrote it down on a piece of paper if you want to see.
Like, I hung up the phone with him, and I used to write, like, I know he's black. They'll probably make a movie about this.
I have them dated at home right now.
I'm gonna go to the premiere. So, you wouldn't have invited him to the premiere if you were, like, let's say you're the event coordinator. Spike Lee hires you to plan the premiere. Would
I
you
think-
hire?
I think you invite him, not expecting him to show up as like it's a joke. So you can even be like, "Hey, we invited him, and he just still didn't show up. I guess things don't change." You know.
He probably would come.
Probably.
What if he tried to bring his people though? That's too many. Then that's a
people.
problem. You don't want that.
Yeah, because they would be cheering at the wrong part. Like,
Yeah.
half the audience is mortified by what's being said, and they're like,
Yeah.
damn straight.
Yeah.
Call him it again.
Glad someone said it.
We're all thinking it. The South will rise again.
We have, like, look at what happens when D'Angelo's not here. We went on a racist KKK tangent,
autistic.
child pornography.
Oh, okay. We did not go over child pornography. We went over your plot to weaponize child
But, like,
pornography.
usually D'Angelo would be, like, our moral compass to kind of, like, you know, like, he would usually segue from that going on. And now he's not here, and we're just having the fun time of our lives. Like,
There's no angel.
who else can we offend?
I don't know. I'm ready.
Do you really offend racists though? Is that a bad thing to do? I don't think it is.
Is a racist
Is it
proud to
offending
be
or
called-
shaming them?
Is a racist proud to be called a racist? Like if there
Like
was
a
a Klan member
bigot, like,
in this
thank
room,
you.
and I'm like, you're a racist, and he's like, I know.
Thank you.
That's why I wear the hood. Like,
He's like, was my swastika tattoo not big enough? It's like, have I not been? He's like, I've said the N-word 20 times.
he's like Batman. He's like, I put this on as a symbol. I'm what my people need.
Nobody saw me before the mask.
Yeah, and it's so like, thank you. I see. Like, if you went up to Batman, you're like, you're a vigilante, and he's like, I know. That's what
I do.
That's why I'm wearing this ridiculous costume. I'm just here saving the day. It's like, but the thing is, I feel like everyone is the hero of their own story. Like, if they, if you talk to someone that is very racist, they believe they're in the right. Like, they're not sitting there going, I'm wrong. Like, I'm on the wrong side of history, but someone's got to be. Like, I don't want to do it, but I mean, and it's just like, if you ask them, like, that's why when you hear someone go like, oh, I'm not racist, but, and they say something so racist,
Really racist.
because it's in their mind, oh, racists are bad guys. Like, I would say like 60% of racists probably would consider themselves not racist. They're probably like, oh, I'm not racist, I'm a good person. I know racists are bad. There's definitely bad racists out there. Yeah. But I also believe that blah, 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 something like super racist. And it's like, they believe they're in the right. Like, oh, I'm just making good points. Like, hey, I think all Mexicans are rapists, but like, that's because they are. I'm not racist. I'm just telling you and that's how they that's the thought process. Like, they'll never admit like, oh, I'm a bad person, I'm a racist.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm not racist. Yeah. I'm just putting on this hood because I believe in what they're saying, but we're not racist. Yeah. Like,
it just makes very valid point.
Working in the casino, I can always tell when someone's gonna say something racist, because usually it's like a little old guy and he's always like, I'm not racist. And they're like afraid to even say like black or anything. Like, I've hired some, like I've hired some. I'm not racist, but, and then they say something super racist.
But and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna say 60%, maybe even a higher percentage. But it's like, in their minds, they don't consider themselves racist, because it's hard, because everyone knows a racist is a bad person. If you ask pretty much everyone in the country, hey, do you think racism is right? They're gonna be like, no, it's not right. But they'll still be saying racist things because they're like, yeah, but I'm not racist. Like, I just don't think this, or I don't believe that these people should do this, but I'm not racist. I'm not homophobic. But it's like, in their mind, because they have to be the hero, you have to be the one in the right. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously I know I'm not a bad person because I'm me. Everyone thinks I'm good. I'm the good guy. I'm the hero of my biography. No. And it's like, but the thing is, you can't make that call from the inside. Like, I can't be like, I'm not racist. I say something extremely racist, and then someone else goes, hey, that's racist. I can't be like, no, I'm not. Like, because you can't make that call. Like, if 10 people call you an asshole and you say, I'm not an asshole, well, I'm sorry, you are, because you don't get to make the call. You don't get to judge what you are.
But what if you find 30 people and then 20 people say you're not an asshole?
But I also think
maybe those 10 people
you're
just
kind
had
of an asshole.
Just had a.
But I also think it's more.
Agenda.
I think it's more nuanced than that, where I could you could be an asshole to these people, where they consider you an asshole, and to them you're an asshole. But you could be really cool with these people, and I'm not talking about race or anything. I'm just talking about groups. But I could be really cool with these people, and they don't think I'm an asshole, and it's like, I think it's more big. I'm generalizing the situation, but I'm thinking you don't get to make the call of what you are in a way.
On Sundays.
Yeah, it's like, you don't get to make that call. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because that's why you hear people that are in the KKK going like, I don't consider myself a racist. Like, I know racism's bad, but I joined the Klan
you're
for...
racist.
Well, and that's what it is.
Once you join the Klansmen, you've now entered the professional league of racism. That's
and I'm
like
agreeing.
Getting drafted in the NFL, and you're like, nah, I don't play football.
Well, and I want to agree with that 100%. But in their minds, they know racism's bad. And they know I can't be a bad guy. I'm me. I'm the best that, like, I'm a good guy. I can't do any wrong. So I know racists are bad, but I'm just in the Klan. Like, that's not being racist. That's just standing up for what I believe in.
It's heritage.
And it's like, yeah, and that's what it is. Like, that's why you never really hear people go like, I'm racist and proud. Like, they'll say something else that's racist. Like,
yeah.
But it's just like that. People can't see themselves as the villain. That's why, like, that's saying, like, everyone's the hero of their own story. So no matter how bad, like, Hitler probably didn't think, like, you know what, I'm doing something really bad. Like, he was in his mind going, I'm doing the right thing. Like,
nah. I think at some point Hitler was looking over a nice sunset, drinking them away, and he was just like, you know what? I'm doing some pretty bad shit.
I think, like, in the back of your mind, you know this isn't right, but it's like, really gonna tie this in. Thanos, he did some really bad things, but in his mind, I just wanted to tie all this back to Marvel.
I'm the necessary evil.
Yeah, Thanos knew, hey, I'm doing some bad things, but I'm doing it for the right reason because I'm the hero. I'm the hero. I'm the good guy. All these other people are trying to stop me, and I know deep down this is bad, but I'm doing it for an even better reason. And that's kind of like this justification, like the Hitler example. It's like, I know I'm killing 6 million people. I know it's bad, but I'm doing it because blah, 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 blah. There's a really good reason in my twisted mind. And it's like, no one will ever say I'm the villain unless they kind of have that moment of realization. Like, they have to come to that conclusion themselves. Like, you going up to someone going, you're racist, you're homophobic. They're going to be like, no, I'm not. I just don't like gay people. And it's like, I don't know. I'm on this weird tangent. And
Yeah.
I hope it made sense.
Yeah, no, it's making sense.
That made sense.
So when you say things about me, I'm the hero of my story. I just wanted to tie that into Marvel. Because who's ready for Captain Marvel next week?
Oh, is it next week already?
I think it's next week.
I am. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I
Y'all
am
ready?
too. I
You
am.
sound confident
Is
there.
she gonna be in Endgame?
They said she's gonna be in Endgame.
Oh.
Maybe that's a spoiler, but I mean it was announced, so it's not like. But I'm just curious because it takes place in the 90s, and at the end, once again a spoiler for Infinity War, real quick, post-credit sequence if no one's seen it. Nick Fury calls her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, why didn't he call her for any of
Anything
these
else.
other world-ending things?
I've
Like,
always had a
you
huge
don't-
problem with that. Like, so the Avengers are based in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where Avenger Tower is. Spider-Man's in New York. The Spider-Man movie, he's fighting all these people. Why didn't the Avengers, when this fucking Falcon guy is tearing things up,
Yeah,
just been
that's-
like, all right, we need to take care
Because
of
there's
this.
levels, all right?
Or-
because, yeah, I think he was.
Spider-Man's semi-pro, so he takes over like semi-pro threat.
Because,
Or-
yeah, he wasn't trying to destroy the city. He was just stealing things. So, like, it's kind of like, are the Avengers going to be going out for, like, a dealer on the street corner? Like, that's, no, there's people that can like, we'll leave that to Daredevil. Like,
Yeah.
we save the world. We don't just stop crime.
What about like Superman? So Superman, Batman, all these, the DC universe. Superman literally can fly supersonic, get anywhere in the world, like Batman, right? So Bane has an entire island held at hostage. He's got a nuclear bomb. Why doesn't Superman just fly and take that shit to space and blow up?
Because Batman texted him earlier and he was like, yo,
I got this.
You're going to see some shit on the news. I got this, G.
Well,
Don't
also,
don't come help.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but in that movie, I don't think there technically was a Superman in that universe, so it really didn't make sense. But in general, yeah, why
Yeah.
don't they?
It just bothers me with all these. We're gonna connect all of our superheroes.
I
in
don't
the
know, it's
same
like-
fucking world.
I like Superman a lot right?
More than just a friend.
Well, I like him, but I also feel like you have to make him interesting as a character because it's like, oh, he can just do anything.
He's super OP, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I've always had this idea for a movie with Superman, and it's like, maybe not Superman, but a character like Superman, but it's like he's dating someone, and like, everything's going good. She's like, oh my God, this is amazing. We fly around the city. We do all these amazing things. He can show me the world. We're flying around. And then like fast forward, relationships getting like rocky. She breaks up with him. And I just want to see a movie of Superman like as this overbearing ex-boyfriend.
So,
like stalking the entire time.
Girlfriend, but with...
Yeah, but better. Like I just have this scene in my mind of like the girl going on a date with another guy, and they go back to her house, and you like cut to him floating up in the air and like X-ray visioning the house, and he's just watching, and like you see him getting pissed, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do to stop that? Like,
I keep some kryptonite in my back pocket, just next to the condoms, you know.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you got to make him interesting because otherwise he's just like, oh, I can do whatever I want. I can save the day.
Yeah.
And
this is how they always end everything. It's always like, oh, he rebounds and does something super OP and wins. You're like, why didn't you just do this in the beginning, you asshole? Yeah,
and I also agree, like, in a universe where there are more than superheroes than just Superman, it's like, why he obviously can save the day.
Yeah, like Aquaman, like the sea people are starting a war. Why didn't Superman just go down there, fucking boom, laser beams shooting out of my fucking eyeballs, kill all the bad people, fly away.
I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to go on a rant. Another rant. I'm all fired up today.
Well, you got to get it going because I got to go to sleep.
Have you seen Justice League?
Yes.
Have you seen Justice League? Okay, I didn't like that movie for many reasons, but the main thing was that team was useless.
Yeah.
They basically couldn't do anything, and they were like, well, we need Superman here, because without Superman, we can't do anything. And they have to, the whole movie is like, we got to bring back Superman, which one, don't kill him off if you're just going to bring him back an hour later. Like, you should have either brought him back at the end of the movie, or I think they should have been like, we need Superman, but we can't use him, and then they come together as a team and they save the day, and then like maybe Justice League 2, he comes back. Side note. But anyway, they spend half the movie trying to bring him back, so he's back an hour into that movie. Then he runs off to go do whatever, and then at the end of the movie, they're fighting the bad guy. They're all losing, and it's like Superman comes going, I got this, guys. Like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Day saved. See ya.
See you boys in the showers.
And it's like, so... Yeah, that's the worst team I've ever heard. Like, so we just kind of chill while he does everything. Like,
yeah. And then he comes in and Bobby Boucher's it at the end of the movie, where they come back and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of like the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James back when he was on
the
team, you know? There's just a bunch of scrubs.
It's like we're here just to help. Like,
and then like LeBron comes back, leads them to that 3-0 comeback.
That is a good comparison. I just feel like, I'm like, what? It sucked. That whole universe, I've said from the beginning, needs to be redone and just start from scratch. I think you start clean slate.
I think they need to go, and anybody who's written anything for DC, for them in that whole like universe, from any kind of movie, from the first Batman Returns, you fire everybody. Bring nobody back. Start anew if you can. Try to go over to and get some people from Disney over to your team and
they did do that
and make your movies a lot better.
They took when James Gunn got fired from doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They hired him to do Suicide Squad 2 because they wanted you could tell they wanted Suicide Squad to be Guardians of the Galaxy. This team. Misfits and
with all like the dark humor,
and we're playing some music, and it's like they wanted to, and it failed, and they went, okay, let's just get the guy who we're trying to copy.
Yeah,
he got fired from his job because he wrote some bad tweets. He's like, let's get him back.
We don't even care, dude. Like, we'll take anybody.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like at least DC's trying to do some different things. Like, they're doing Shazam. That's a little different. The Joker movie, which comes out in October, which is like not related to the universe, but different, and I think it is going to tie in, and they're just not telling us. I think that's going to be the twist. Somehow, I think it's going to tie in, and like Jared Leto Joker is going to be involved. Like, he might not be the first Joker, he might be the second Joker, or something like that. I think there's going to be some kind of twist where...
I just don't like that they just introduced a new Joker, and now they're like, oh, here's another new one. Whole new concept.
Well, there's this theory when Batman vs. Superman came out, and Suicide Squad. Because in Batman vs. Superman, you see Robin's uniform, and it's covered in Joker spray paint, like ha ha ha, and there's bullet holes in it. And then Jared Leto's Joker has bullet holes kind of in the same spot. This is a theory, and they're thinking the storyline where Robin dies by the Joker, they're thinking maybe Joker didn't kill him, but like brainwashed him so much, made him go crazy that he thinks he's the Joker and he's not the first Joker. And I can 100% seeing if they tie in this Joker to like that. That's why I'm saying, like, I think they might work it in where it's like, oh, there's two Jokers. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna need to see it.
I don't know. I think it's time to wrap up. That's been our episode of Squad Goals Podcast, episode 41.
Hopefully 42.
42
Super
coming
lit.
back big. If you want to find us,
Because 42 is a
drinking episode. Every 21 episodes we're drinking. Get ready.
Yeah. It's gonna be something to drink for too.
Next week we have Podfest.
Podfest. We're gonna be at Podfest in Orlando, Florida. If you're going, you should check us out. It's on March 7th through the 9th. We don't know exactly when we're gonna be there, but hey, we'll probably mention some details while we're over in that area. But yeah, that's been our show. If you want to watch us, go to youtube.com/Cigar City Entertainment. If you want to listen to this podcast, go to Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes. If you want to follow us and stay in the loop, go to facebook.com/Cigar City Entertainment and Instagram, CCE_Tampa. I think that's been our show. It was an interesting one, and we're out of here.
Wow.